Hello there, you're welcome to the preview to the Chelsea vs Everton game, and let's just dive straight into it. Almost got tongue tied there. So, is this the opportunity for a comeback? I think it's an opportunity for the team to come back from the defeat against Manchester United at the game played at Old Trafford on Wednesday. I think it's an opportunity for them to come back, but that is for Pochettino and the team to sort of decide. Because at some point you have to dig deep, look within yourself, and then you combat or face adversity, and you react to adversity. You react to when negative things happen to you, and when things that you would rather not happen have happened. What do you do after then? How do you respond? You know, do you melt under the pressure, or do you come back with all guns blazing, firing on all cylinders and going again, especially a game that you'll be playing at home at Stamford Bridge? Would What would the reaction of this team be? That's one thing I want to see. Would it be an aggressive start to the game? Would it be a positive start? Would it be uh, a positive start overall, or will it be a negative sort of approach to the game and just wilting away, and then probably Everton gets away with a win because Everton have been playing very well. Don't let their position on the league table fool you. I know they're in the bottom three right now, but we know they were, I think, in 14th place or was it 14th or 12th or thereabout until the points deduction was brought down on their head by the Premier League. So, uh, so their position belies their actual form, belies their actual ability. And Sean Dyche has been playing. He has been doing anything like he did with Burnley, trying to re-establish Everton as a proper Premier League side. Though you would say they don't play pretty football, and what the media may term pretty football, they play Sean Dyche's brand of football, and it's been working for them. I think they won their last game. So, what would be Chelsea's reaction going into this game? What would Pochettino's reaction be going into this game, given that you have Cucurella fit? No, you have Cucurella back after suspension. I mean, he's available. You have him available. You have Rhys James available as well. So you have both of them. So are you going to have them both playing their proper positions? You've got Cole Will as well available still. So would you play him in centre back, or you push him out to be at left back? All the best games that Cole Will has had for Chelsea has been him playing in the left centre back position. So would you have him there, or would you push him out to the left back position? Would you be aggressive tactically, setting out the team to attack, or you would say we lost against Manchester United, so maybe we'll just sit back and defend? What would the reaction be going into the game? So for me, quickly, I'll just tell you the lineup I would love to see, so I don't have any graphics on. So for regards to lineups going into this game, I would like to see Petrovic given a chance, and between the sticks should replace Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez did make some decent saves against Manchester United, but something has always stuck with him ever since he joined Chelsea. And that was part of the reason why Brighton were willing to let him go, and that is his inability to make any sort of pass accurately out of the back, to play out from the back, which is what Pochettino wants to do. He has not been able to do it, and each time he tries to do it, he puts the team in a spot of bother. He tried it against Manchester United. It didn't work. He tried it several games. The game against Brighton. He always seems to put the team under pressure each time he attempts to play from the back. So let's see what Petrovic is all about. He was, heralded as a very good goalkeeper in the MLS. So, and there's one thing that the MLS does produce is serviceable goalkeepers, if not top level goalkeepers. So let's see what Petrovic is able to do. And then I would like to see Cucurella at left back and Cole Will in the middle of the park, and then I'm not in the middle of the park, in the central defense role, left centre back. And then you have Thiago Silva rested this time around, and then probably see Badiashile. So I'd like to see Badiashile and Cole Will in the center of the defense, and see Rich James at right back. And Malagusto is a bit still slightly injured, not yet fit enough to play. So I will see Rich James start. Though I would have loved to see Malagusto start instead, but he's injured. So what can you do? And then give Enzo and Caicedo another shot again in the midfield. And though I know Mauricio Pochettino would be going for Gallagher in the midfield as the most advanced of the midfield three, I would rather prefer Palmer in the 10 role, and then have Modric again to start to see what we can do with his pace, and give Noni Madueke start again since he's fit enough to play. So I'd like to see him start, but most likely Pochettino would go with Sterling again. And I wouldn't mind seeing Broja come on. I wouldn't mind seeing Amanda Broja coming on this time around, and let Jackson have a rest. So sometimes players need a kick up the backside because he's had opportunities to play, and after the Man City game, he's just, I don't know, his mindset, his mentality, everything just seems to be out of the window again, back to square one with all the rubbish that happened on social media, which I'm not going to comment on. But I would much rather see Armando Broja given a start in the striking role. And for me, I would really love this if it could be kept simple. Certain things could be kept simple. For instance, in central midfield pairing between Enzo and Caicedo, what I would love to see is Caicedo do the dirty work, win the balls, and then Enzo drop deep, get the ball off Caicedo, get the ball off the two centre backs, and control the game. So if that is done, you would have Palmer facing the opposition half as opposed to having his back to the opposition half, and then he can create in the final third for your Modrics, your Sterlings, your Amando Brojas. So that's what I would like to see. I don't want to see this bit where he's trying to sort of Pochettino is trying to make Enzo a kind of an 8 or even a 10. That is not going to work. He's not the sort of player. He needs to be involved. He needs to feel the ball. We need to use his vision, use the abilities of the players, in the best way, their most favored position, their most natural way of playing. That's where you get young people on board with what you're trying to do. So that's about starting lineup for the team. And like I said, this is an opportunity for a comeback at home. The crowd should be behind the team, and hopefully could get a win. It won't be an easy win, so I'm not looking for any sort of fantastic scoreline. Maybe just a 1-0 win or a 2-1 win. That would be okay for me. But most certainly, we can't afford to lose. Chelsea can't afford to lose today. Because once you lose today, that is, this season is well and truly over. I would term it as being well and truly over. Not even with regards to getting top four, but I don't think we'll be able to get any sort of European football if this game is lost. So hopefully we get a win. Now, there's something I want to talk about as well. Say Chelsea being linked to Estevao Willian, 16-year-old Palmeiras winger. I think just made two appearances for the Palmeiras senior side. For me, I don't really mind. Seriously, if that's the overall strategy of the team, of the board, of Clearly Capital, of Blue Co, Paul Winstanley, Todd Bowley, I don't really mind. You can sign as many young players as you want, but insofar as that doesn't prevent you from signing the players that you need to win now, doesn't prevent you from signing your Victor Osimhen's, to actually lead your attack. Doesn't prevent you from signing competent midfielders, to give Enzo Fernandez a lot, and Caicedo supporting the midfield since Lavia is still working on his fitness. So I don't really mind. And then I know a lot of people complain, we need people who come in to win now. And like I said, I want to see those type of signings. But then again, you ask yourself, if, a manager is not able to mold a young team, will he be able to, what would he then do with experienced players that have their ways set in how they want to play, how they want to attack, how they want the ball played to them, the position they want to take up on the field? So what do you think would then happen when you have an Osimhen that's used to playing as a striker. If Pochettino goes on this madness where he may decide to play him, as an inverted right winger or an inverted left winger, so what would happen? There will be absolute chaos, because sometimes we get lost in this broad, big picture. We like to have a big bad wolf that we're pointing at, or the owners, or the board, but some things on the pitch are not being done right. Some, you have tactical gaps that laymen like me, like I said, I've never been to any sort of coaching class or attempted to have any coaching badge whatsoever, and I can spot gaps in Mauricio Pochettino's tactics, the way he set the team out, the way he sets the team out, the way he sets the players, the role he decides to give to certain players like Enzo in the Manchester United game. The way he got Palmer having his back to the Manchester United half. I am just a layman. I don't have any sort of coaching experience whatsoever. And then you can imagine, what coaches who have been coaching for 10, 20 years would do, how quickly they will be able to spot those tactical gaps. So it's not just we're looking at the big picture, oh, this board, what the board is doing. Ask yourself this question: the way Pochettino sets this team out, if you have your Osimhen, if you have your Cavaskelias, if you have your Vinny Juniors, would they be able to play well, score, win based on Mauricio Pochettino's tactics, the way he sets the team out? Would they play very well? Will they be able to shine? Is it just a thing of, oh, these players are young, they're young, they're young? Like I said in the last video, this is football and this is sport. It's a young man's game. It's a young man's game. We want to say they're young. It's a young man's game. You play from your probably 1920 till you're 30. That's it. And then you could have additional years to it, but it's completely a young man's game. So forget about Estevao William, probably one of the prospects at 16 years, and definitely he's not going to join Chelsea's senior team anytime soon, even if Chelsea is able to win his signature. And to be honest as well, none of the news from Fabrizio Romano or other news outlets have said that Chelsea have agreed the deal. It's just Chelsea have been linked to the player alongside other teams like Real Madrid and the rest of them. So this is football. While what's going on the pitch is happening, you always have the backroom staff, front office, the front office looking at players, looking at long-term strategies, looking at how to acquire not just first-team talent, but academy talents, looking at how to get sponsorship deals done. So Mauricio Pochettino, like I said, this buck, it stops at his table. Now going into the Everton game, let's see how he sets this team up against Sean Dyche's men. Let's see how he motivates this team. Because we have to keep it 100. We have to be fair. The same criticism, the same critic I gave to, or we gave to Graham Potter, should be the same level of scrutiny we give to Pochettino as well. So this is not. It has to be fair. You have to do what you have to do on the pitch. You have to set your team right tactically. You have to be able to motivate them. You have to be a leader of men. So it's not just something where give me the best talent. That you can argue the same thing as well. Potter wasn't giving the best talent, so to speak. He still had to deal with these young players, but it's just that he didn't use them rightly. So the same thing falls at the doorstep or on the table of Mauricio Pochettino. So let's see how it goes for this game. So for me, I'm predicting a 1-0 win. Hopefully we get a 1-0 win and don't get bashed. So a 1-0 win, hard-fought 1-0 win. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on this. So smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you on yet another video.